All right, so like 2 weeks ago, I made a video where I'm like, "Oh, Planet Namek is bad. You shouldn't play it. You're a bad person for playing it. It's a terrible, terrible card, and it's bad, and it's bad, bad card." And that seems just really bad. Here's your deck with Planet Namek in it. All right, so we got Piccolo as our leader. He just attack things, and then if you attack a leader, you draw a card, and then he's awakened two. And then on the flip side, if you've got two Namekians on the field, he gets critical. I think he should get like plus 5k and critical, but he just gets critical because that's dumb because it's hard to have two Namekians anyways. When you attack, you draw a card, and you choose one of your Namekians. It gains plus 5k for duration of the turn. So just whatever. I think he's lackluster, but he's a green Namekian, which is good. He's got the Namekian tag and Universe 7 tag, so that's important enough. And he's also got the God tag, so we can play Helles, which is like the entire reason I wanted to make this deck, because she's cool and I like her. Alright, so we have Helles. Cool. So there's two things we have. We have green, it's mostly green, and then we have a little bit of blue, so we have 4 objections and 4 sense of beans. These are just really, you want to ramp up a little bit. And then we have Planet Namek, and the reason we run this is because we hate ourselves. No, the reason we run this is because even though it's like a strictly like -1 all the time, if you keep using its effect, it gets slowly playable. And so we have like a bunch of extra cards in our hand, especially since like if we get stuck with objection or like an extra objection or Planet Namek, you can just discard that card and then you get to get one of your Namekians. So that's not like the super worst. I can't believe I'm doing this. And then we've got so let's look at our Namekians. So we've got Dende, we've got Piccolo Jr. So this one just looks at the top 3 for Namekian, so that's really good. Good turn 1 play. We've got Piccolo Jr. driven to fight, so he's barrier and bond with another Namekian. You draw a card when he attacks. There's this Piccolo, which when you play him, you search for Son of Gohan, so you play 2 of this guy. He just blows up something with 4 costs less when you play him. We've got Nailed and Namekian Ace. He's kind of like this one, but he doesn't have barrier. It's bond 2 with just anything. And when he attacks, you draw a card and gets plus 5k power. So that's neat. There's this one. You choose one Namekian from your hand, place it under the card. You draw 1 card, and you get plus 10k power and critical for duration of the turn. So this one's kind of powerful. I like this one. It cycles for you, which is nice. And yeah, we already ran two of these, which we said. And then we've got Sound Out. These two are kind of similar to the same thing, and the reason I say this is because you don't want to play these with any more than 3 energy, or both of them, they come out at 3 energy with bond 3 essentially, because this guy is a bond 3, and then when you play it, you draw 1 card, choose up to 2 cards from your life, add them to your hand, and if you choose 1 or more cards from your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So this is one of our self awakens. It automatically like +1s, +2s, and KOs one of your opponent's cards. So that's really good. And we've got this one. This is the starter deck one. It has double strike, and this reduces its cost in the hand by 2 if you have 3 Namekians out, which is once again meh, kinda. It's, if you can do it, it's not the worst thing in the world. And when you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 5 or less and KO it. So these more or less do the same thing. Kinda like you can see the similarities. Lastly, we have Taunting Piccolo, and then there's Taunting Piccolo, which is obviously the best choice, right? You can play him without playing your blue specific energy cost because you play it with this. Wow. So I wasn't wrong, right? I said it was the best one. We run this one because it's our only blocker. It's extra blue energy for these 2, and you can get it off Namek. But also, if you don't, you can recycle it with like Helles or Sanel. Oh, no, sorry, Purina. Yeah, that's it. Lastly, we run Sacrifice because it's a really good counter. It's also another self-awakened thing. And we also run Dark Temptation Toa. This is like the Mira, but instead of... it's just strictly better for green leaders because he gets plus 5k or she gets plus 5k to her leader, and then your opponent discards a card. So then you can boost this up, and then it's this 20k crit. Ooh, fancy. So yeah, this is the deck. Try it out. This is mostly just kind of for fun. Is a Helios build, but I think there's some potential here. I don't really see anyone really running these blue cards in it, especially not Daunting Piccolo, but whatever. That's whatever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If this deck is trash, tell me it's trash. If you're upset for me running Planet Namek, I am too. I'm a hypocrite.